Good morning and welcome back to Bert Lacasse Park, day number 2 of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier. We're going to be hanging out here at Lacasse Park for our first 2 games of the day. This morning's game will feature the visiting team for this game, the Kendall Eagles of the Greater Toronto Baseball League, taking on the Waterloo Tigers of the Coba Major Baseball League. This is an elimination game, both teams sitting with records of 0-1 right now. The Kendall Eagles dropping a 10-4 decision to the Oakville A's yesterday. Meanwhile, in a game you saw here on our network, it was the Tecumseh Thunder defeating the Waterloo Tigers in their first game by a score of 6-1. Our 1 p.m. game this afternoon will feature those same Tecumseh Thunder as they sit at 2-0. They will be playing in one of 2 undefeated games in that time slot, as they will be playing against the Milton Red Sox, who spun off a couple of big wins yesterday.
Number 2, Noah London.
As we get going with this one, we'll start to take you through our lineups as we are set to go here at the park. First pitch from left-hander Jack Anderson of the Waterloo Tigers misses outside for ball 1. Due up this inning for the Kendall Eagles. Leading off is center fielder Noah London. Shortstop Alex Schoolar is due up second, with the right fielder Quinn McLean due up third. Jack Anderson with his first strike of the game to run the count now to 2-1. Noah London on the year hitting .261, 12 hits and 46 at-bats, 4 doubles and a home run. He's scored 13 times and has collected 10 RBIs. That ball is belted to left center field, going to send both outfielders back. The call made there by the left fielder. And Nolan Misa able to make the grab out there for the first out in this game.
Shortstop number 28, Alex Schoolar.
So that will bring up shortstop Alex Schoolar. .328 average this year, 22 hits in 67 appearances at the plate. 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 22 runs scored, and 19 RBIs, good for second on the team. That first pitch taken down and away for ball 1. Jack Anderson drawing the start today for the Waterloo Tigers. No games of record for him, an 0-0 record. He started 1 game, appeared in 4, only 7 innings of work, 5 hits. Has given up 1 run that was earned as that ball is fouled out of play. No walks, 11 strikeouts, currently carrying a 1.29 ERA, so someone that hasn't been seen too much this year. He was a big part of their run last year as he did throw quite a few innings throughout this tournament. Nice looking slider there that drops in for strike 2. As we said last year, Kendall in the tournament won their opener against East York 13-3. They ran into a couple of very strong teams as they dropped their next 2 to the Etobicoke Rangers, who ended up as the finalists, and the Windsor Stars, who ended up as the 3rd place team that year, as that ball skips away for a ball. On the other side of things, the Waterloo Tigers had a good run through this tournament last year in their first year of senior baseball, making it all the way to the final 5 before dropping a narrow 4-3 decision in that game to the Leaside Leafs, ending their tournament. So certainly 2 teams that have been around this tournament a little bit before. That pitch is swung on and missed by Schoolar. And he is down on strikes for the second out in this one.
Right fielder number 23, Quinn McLean.
So right fielder Quinn McLean going to step in now for the Eagles. McLean, a .339 average, 21 hits and 62 at-bats. 3 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs. Has scored 13 times and has 16 RBIs on the season.
Here's what I found.
That pitch taken away for ball one. Defensive setup for the Waterloo Tigers today. Left field, Nolan Misa. In center field, Sean Skorupski. In right field is Jack Symington. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike two. Around the infield, Steve Whalen playing third base. At shortstop is Sean Alp. Second base, Julian Russell. And at first base is Jordan Carthy. Doing the catching today for Jack Anderson is number 9, Tyson Mifflin. A 1-2 count here on Quinn McLean as we settle into this game, just the top of the first inning. That ball chopped towards second base. Going to be a tough play as it takes the second baseman to his left. And Quinn McLean going to beat that one out as Julian Russell does a good job of getting his glove on that one, but unable to make the play at first.
First baseman number 47, Cole Murchison.
So a 2-out base runner here for the Eagles in the first. Now we'll bring up the cleanup hitter for today's game. First baseman Cole Murchison. As he fouls off the first pitch he sees from Jack Anderson. Murchison on the year, a .448 average. Limited game time for him though. 13 hits and 29 at bats. 2 home runs. Has scored 5 times. Has 11 RBIs on the season. The 0-1 pitch from Anderson. Slider that's cut on and missed for strike two. So the count now 0-2. As Anderson has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Another slider. Another swing and a miss. And Murchison is down on strikes. That is all for the Eagles here in the top of the first inning. So for the Eagles in the top of the first inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Waterloo errors. And there was 1 runner left on base. The score after 1/2 inning of play, the Kendall Eagles 0, with the Waterloo Tigers coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. We'll quickly go through the Waterloo lineup. Batting first, playing shortstop, number 39, Sean Alp. Batting second, playing right field, number 33, Jack Symington. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 24, Jaden Kemp. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 19, Nolan Misa. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 15, Julian Russell. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 27, Sean Skorupski. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 45, Steve Whalen. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 2, Jordan Carthy. And doing the catching today and batting ninth is number 9, Tyson Mifflin. And the starting pitcher is number 8, left-hander Jack Anderson. Defensive setup for the Kendall Eagles in the outfield, left to right. In left field is Ryan Mattis. In center field is Noah London. In right field, Quinn McLean. Around the horn in the infield, third baseman is Joe D'Amico. Shortstop is Alex Skular. Second base, Carter Arbuthnot. And over at first base is Cole Murchison. Doing the catching today is Noah Devlin. And on the mound is veteran left-hander Jason Wilbur, who will make the start today for the Eagles.
Leading off for the Waterloo Tigers, the shortstop, number 39, Sean Alp.
Wilbur, one of the more longer tenured pitchers for the Eagles so far during this team. 2-3 records so far this year. 29 1/3 innings of work. 29 hits, 24 runs, 20 of them earned, 18 walks, and 28 strikeouts. Currently has a 6.1 ERA on the season, as he will face shortstop Sean Alp to lead things off here for the Waterloo Tigers. Jack Symington due up second. He waits on deck. The designated hitter, Jaden Kemp, due up third. That ball is fouled off at the plate. Evens the count now at 1-1. Our umpires for today's game on the bases, Mr. Mike Grove, and behind the dish, calling balls and strikes, is Craig Cooper. 1-1 pitch from Wilbur. That ball belted to right field. Going to send the right fielder back a few steps, but Quinn McLean able to make the catch. There's one out here in the bottom of the first.
Right fielder number 33, Jack Simonton.
First pitch to Jack Simonton taken for ball one. Simonton on the season, 378. He pops that ball up a mile high on the infield. Shortstop Alex Schoolar going to make the catch. That is out number 2, 378 average for Symington this year.
Jaden Kemp.
17 hits and 45 at bats, 6 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. 15 runs scored and 16 RBIs for the 2025 COBA Major League regular season MVP. So 2 outs, that's going to bring up DH Jaden Kemp. He takes a strike on the inside corner from Jason Wilbur. Kemp on the year, hitting a blistering .543 right now. 19 hits and 35 at bats. 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 14 runs, and 11 RBIs as he takes that pitch down for a ball. Time called at the plate. We're all set to go here. Count 1-1. That pitch misses for ball 2. That pitch fouled into the netting. Evens the count now. Or sorry, 1 ball and 2 strikes. My apologies. Thought it was 2-2. So count 1-2 here. Here's the pitch from Wilbur. That just misses the outside corner for a ball. Nice pitch there by Wilbur, and that one just tails off the outside corner. Count 2-2. Very humid day here in Tecumseh. Just starting off here at 10 a.m. Already feels pretty warm out here at the park. Fastball swung on and missed. And the Waterloo Tigers are down in order here in the bottom of the first inning. Good inning there for Jason Wilbur. No runs on no hits. There were no Kendall Eagle errors. No runners left on base. We are through 1 inning of play here at Bert Lacasse Park. The score, the Waterloo Tigers, nothing. The Kendall Eagles, nothing. We do have 3 other games going on during this time slot right now. All of our time slots today are going to have 4 games, with the exception of the 4 p.m. time slot, which will have 3 other games that are happening during our morning slot. At Soulier Field, it will be the Windsor Athletics taking on the Leaside Leafs in that game. At Cullen Field, the Arundel Cardinals will be taking on the Brampton Royals in an all-COBA Major League matchup. And out at Woodsley Park, it will be the Burlington Brants taking on the East York Bulldogs. All of those games, elimination games, the loser will be all done for this year. So certainly a lot on the line today for a few teams. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here in a minute. Welcome back. Top of the second inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. A scoreless game so far between the Kendall Eagles and the Waterloo Tigers. Second baseman Carter Arbuthnot going to lead things off for Kendall, followed by the DH Mitch Wilbur. The catcher Noah Devlin is due up third as Arbuthnot takes strike one from left-hander Jack Anderson. That ball popped up on the infield. Second baseman going to make the call. That's a good catch there by Julian Russell as he makes the catch.
Designated hitter number 25, Mitch Wilbur.
So good pitch there from Anderson. He retires the leadoff batter. It will be designated hitter Mitch Wilbur coming to the plate here second this inning. He takes a first pitch strike from Anderson. Wilbur on the year, 218 average, 12 hits in 55 at-bats, 3 doubles, a home run, 10 runs scored, 5 RBIs on the season. That ball hit on the ground to short. Alp takes it on a couple of hops, throws across the diamond, and in time to retire Wilbur at first.
Catcher number 48, Noah Devlin.
So 2 quick outs here for the lefty Jack Anderson in this one, as he will now face catcher Noah Devlin. Devlin, I believe, is a junior call-up. He has very limited action this year with the senior club. Currently hitting 286, 4 for 14. Has a double, 4 runs scored, and an RBI. That pitch is in there for strike 2 as Anderson drops that slider in on the inside corner. So very quickly an 0-2 hole here for Devlin. Pitch from Anderson. Slider on the check swing. Umpire says yes. And that is a pretty clean inning there by Jack Anderson as he sits down the Kendall Eagles in order here in the top of the second. So for the Eagles in the top of the second inning, no runs, no hits. There were no Waterloo errors. Nobody left on base. Score after 1.5 innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park in Tecumseh. It remains the Waterloo Tigers 0, the Kendall Eagles 0. We will take a quick break here on the broadcast. We'll be right back in a minute. Day 2 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier, with action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lacasse Park, bottom of the second inning, as we roll on in this elimination game here at 10 o'clock this morning. 4-5-6 due up for the Waterloo Tigers. Nolan Misa set to lead things off. Second baseman Julian Russell due up second. The center fielder Sean Skorupski due up third as Misa takes ball one outside from left-hander Jason Wilbur. Misa this year, .354 average, 17 hits and 55 plate appearances, 7 doubles, a triple, scored 14 runs, has 11 RBIs as that one skips to the backstop for ball 2. As we've done throughout our other broadcasts, we will keep you apprised of scores happening in the other games. That pitch down the middle for strike 1. All 3 games that are going on this morning, all can be found on the Game Changer app. So if you're looking for a specific game, quickly go over there and you can check it out. Is that slow roller to shortstop? That gets under the glove of Alex Schular. That was going to be a tough play regardless if he does come up with that. That will be an infield single.
Second baseman number 15, Julian Russell.
Leadoff man aboard. Second baseman Julian Russell. Going to step in now for his first at bat. Russell, a .320 average this year, 8 hits in 25 at bats, 3 doubles, a triple, 2 RBIs. Has come around to score 6 times. First pitch. That one just down for ball 1. Much to the chagrin of Jason Wilbur, delivering the baseball today on the mound for the Kendall Eagles. That pitch on the inside corner. Good location there from Wilbur for strike 1. Again, if you're joining in on our stream today, day 2 of our action, welcome and good morning here from Tecumseh, Ontario. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. We appreciate all the support we had through our streams yesterday. Make sure to give us a hello. Let us know where you're watching from. And more importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You'll get all the action here that we're going to be covering throughout the weekend. 2-1 pitch from Wilbur. Fastball in on the hands. That one's going to get dropped into short right field. A little bit of a bobble there by the right fielder, Cole Murchison. The throw to third is just offline. That little bit of a bobble is just enough for Nolan Misa as he goes first to third on that play. And the Waterloo Tigers now have runners at second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the second.
Number 27, Sean Skorupski.
Back-to-back singles there for the Tigers. Center fielder Sean Skorupski going to make his way to the plate now. Couple of checks on the base runners. First pitch from Wilbur. That one popped up on the infield. Looks like there could be room on this one. That is a nice catch there by the Kendall third baseman, Joe D'Amico, as he's up against the fence to make that grab.
Third baseman number 45, Steve Whalen.
So Sean Skorupski retired on 1 pitch. He pops out to the third baseman for the first out here in the inning. That will bring up third baseman Steve Whalen. Whalen on the year, .267, 8 hits and 30 at bats. 3 doubles and a home run, 8 runs scored, 6 RBIs. That ball is belted to center field. Nice catch there by the center fielder, and he's going to show it off anyway. Nice throw to the plate there to keep the runner at third base. What seemed to be a pretty daunting task here for the Eagles.
2, Jordan Carthy.
All of a sudden, 2 pitches later, we have 2 outs now for the Waterloo Tigers. So the infielder's able to back up now to regular depth as they were creeped in there trying to cut down the run at the plate. It will be the first baseman, Jordan Carthy, who steps in. First pitch from Wilbur. Fastball that misses inside for ball one. Carthy on the year, 280 average, 14 hits and 50 at bats, 3 doubles, a triple, 9 runs scored, and 12 RBIs knocked in. He finds himself up 1-0 in this count. Here's the pitch from Wilbur. Fastball fouled into the matting at the back here for strike one. Always fun to see some of the messages that come through here. Hope you're enjoying the game from your hotel room. I'm sure it's a lot more air conditioned than the park is right now. Nice change up there from Wilbur. Swung on and missed by Carthy for strike two. One ball, 2 strikes to count now as Jason Wilbur now has himself 1 pitch away from getting out of a little bit of a jam here in the second. One-two pitch from Wilbur. Ooh, that fastball just misses the outside corner. That was pretty handy. So the count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on base here for the Tigers. Nolan Misa at third, Julian Russell at second. 2-2 pitch from Wilbur. That one laced towards right field, and it's going to get over the head of Cole Murchison and to the wall. Carthy on his way to second. And that is a 2-run, 2-out double for Jordan Carthy. And the Waterloo Tigers open the scoring in this game as they lead now 2-0.
Catcher number 9, Tyson Mifflin.
So tough play there as that one was slicing away from the right fielder, Cole Murchison, and it gets by him into the wall. As Wilbur will try and reset here and go after number 9 hitter, catcher Tyson Mifflin. First pitch to him misses outside for ball one. That pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Mifflin on the year, 290 average, 9 hits in 31 at-bats. He has 8 runs scored and has collected 6 RBIs. One pitch, popped up on the infield. It will be the first baseman that makes the call. And Cole Murchison makes the catch at first. My apologies, it's Quinn McLean that's in right field. Either way, catch made there by the Eagles. And they get out of the inning, but not before the Waterloo Tigers able to open the scoring in this one.
For Waterloo.
So for the Tigers in their productive second inning, 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Kendall error, and there was 1 runner left on base. We are through 2 innings of play at Lacasse Park. The score, the Waterloo Tigers 2, and the Kendall Eagles no score. We will get to a few updates here now from games that are happening around the region. As we said, 3 other games happening during this time slot here this morning. And we will get to those right now as we pull them up here on our computer. Out at Reg Chevalier Field in Woodsley. They are in the second inning right now. East York leads the Burlington Brants there by a score of 2-1. Over at the Soulier Diamond, it is the Windsor Athletics who have an early 3-0 lead over the Leaside Leafs as they play in the top of the second inning. My apologies. And at the big stadium, Cullen Field, an all-COBA Major League matchup between the Brampton Royals and the Erindale Cardinals. It is the Brampton Royals batting in the top of the second inning, and they currently hold a 1-0 lead in that game. So we'll take a quick break here as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Day 2 action of the Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Top of the third inning here at Lacasse Park as that ball drilled to right field by third baseman Joe D'Amico. Jack Symington camps under that one, though. He makes the catch. We'll reset our scoreboard here.
Left fielder number 5, Ryan Mattis.
So good piece there by D'Amico, but ends up in the glove of Jack Symington for out number 1. Number 9 hitter and left fielder Ryan Mattis going to step in now for his first at bat against left-hander Jack Anderson. He sees strike 1. Back to the top of the order after this, center fielder Noah London waits on deck. Slider on the outside corner for strike 2. Anderson doing a pretty good job so far of keeping batters off balance here in this one so far. Another slider, that one chopped foul down by the Kendall first base coach. Good play there. No problem, Diana. They're on Game Changer, but I will keep updating throughout this game as well. So the count remains 0-2. That slider holds the swing, misses the zone, so the count now 1-2. Hello, Mama SD. So Mattis back in the box, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pitch from Anderson. Swung on and missed. And Mattis down on strikes for the second out here in the inning. Back to the top of the order now.
Center fielder number 2, Noah London.
Center fielder Noah London going to step in. 0 for 1 this game, flew out the left field in his first at bat. That first pitch misses outside for ball 1. This is where we're going to see now if a team like Kendall can start to make some adjustments here. Everyone's seen Anderson once. They only have 1 hit to show for it through the first time in the order, so certainly going to see now if they can start to make some adjustments and make Anderson work a little bit here as he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. One pitch. Nice slider there on the inside corner for strike 2. One and two the count. Shortstop Alex Schoolar waits on deck if the inning is extended. I don't know if that's a splitter or a changeup, but that's a nice looking pitch there from Jack Anderson as London swings through that one and misses. And he is down on strikes. And the Eagles down in order here in the top of the third.
For
So top of the third inning for the Eagles. No runs on no hits. There were no Waterloo errors. Nobody left on base. We cruise on into the bottom of the third inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. The score, the Waterloo Tigers 2, the Kendall Eagles no score. We will take a short break as we get ready for the bottom of the third inning in a couple of minutes. Day 2 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. We are back, bottom of the third inning. Top of the order due up for the Waterloo Tigers as shortstop Sean Alp going to lead things off. Right fielder Jack Symington due up second. Designated hitter Jaden Kemp due up third. Alp 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field. He takes a pitch down in the dirt for ball one from left-hander Jason Wilbur into his third inning of work. 1-0 pitch. Alp hits that one to third base. Good play there by Joe D'Amico. Throw across the diamond in plenty of time to retire Alp for the first out here in the inning.
right fielder, number 33, Jack Symington.
We'll do our best this inning not to get Quinn McLean and Cole Murchison mixed up. We're still early in the morning here. The coffee's still getting into me, so. First pitch taken down for ball one by Jack Symington. Popped out to shortstop Alex Schular in the first inning. That pitch just misses down as well for ball two. Two-0 pitch. Popped up down the right field line. That's going to get out of play just over the Kendall bullpen. So the count now 2-1. Couple of shakes there from Jason Wilbur. He has his sign now. Here's the pitch. That slider. Good location there. Unable to get Symington to bite, though. So hitters count here now for the dangerous Symington as he's up 3-1 in this at-bat. That pitch is belted to left center field, and that bat flip will tell you everything you need to know. That ball is out of here. What a piece there from Jack Symington as he tattoos that ball a long way beyond the 360 sign in left center. A long solo bomb by Jack Symington as he gets the home run cowboy hat going into the bench.
24, Jaden Kemp.
So a 3-0 lead now for the Waterloo Tigers in this one. That will bring up DH Jaden Kemp. He has a healthy hack at that pitch, fouls it out of play to the right. Kemp 0 for 1, struck out in his first at bat. That pitch going to sail outside for a ball. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, a few people texting and asking. We will get to some updates after this half inning for the other games that are happening this morning. 3 other games happening around the region, 2 at the Micmac Sports Complex, 1 in Woodsley at Reg Chevalier Field, as that ball is fouled out of play as well. At Cullen Field, it is the Brampton Royals and Arundel Cardinals. At the Soulier Diamond, it is the Leaside Leafs taking on the Windsor Athletics. And out in Woodsley, it is the Burlington Brants taking on the East York Bulldogs, as that pitch misses down for a ball. All 3 of those games, including our feature game, all elimination games this morning, so getting to the point where we're starting to eliminate teams now. So we will get to those updates after this half inning. 2-2 pitch from Wilbur. Slider hit on the ground towards shortstop. Nice play there by Schoolar. Strong throw across the diamond. And in time, and that was a very close play. As Kemp is rung up at first.
Left fielder number 19, Nolan Misa.
So nice play there by Schoolar. He's able to get deep in the hole now and make a strong throw across. And certainly a little bit debate there from both sides. Kendall, not too much debate. Waterloo, quite a bit. But we have 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third. 1 strike on the batter, Nolan Misa, as he fouls that one off to the right side. So he finds himself now in an 0-2 hole. Misa 1 for 1 today, had a single back in the second inning, came around to score 1 of the 3 runs so far for the Tigers. 0-2 pitch from Wilbur. Change up in the dirt. Good block there from the catcher, Noah Devlin. Another changeup. That one just sails outside for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. 2 outs. The batter, Nolan Misa, the left fielder today for Waterloo. 2-2 pitch from Wilbur. That fastball going to miss down for a ball. So Misa has worked himself into a full count now after being down 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit up the middle. Schoolar going to take it on the big bounce. Throws across the diamond. And in time. So that's it for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third inning, but they are able to add to their lead as they tack on a run. Now lead 3-0. So for the Tigers, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Kendall errors. And there were no runners left on base. The score after 3 innings of play. It is the Waterloo Tigers 3.
Just a reminder that our
the Kendall
concession stand
Eagles,
is open
no
and
score.
is located directly behind the stands. Here serving popcorn, hot dogs, water, pop, sports drinks, chips, candy, and sunflower seeds.
We'll quickly go through our updates as promised here for the other 3 games that are happening. Out at Red Chevalier Field in Woodsley, they are into the 3rd inning now. I believe it's the bottom of the 3rd. The East York Bulldogs leading the Burlington Brants there by a score of 2-1. At the Soulier Diamond, The Leaside Leafs have cracked into that Windsor lead a little bit. As it is the Windsor Athletics 3, the Leaside Leafs 1 as they play in the second inning. And then at the Big Diamond, over at Cullen Field, continues to be a 1-0 lead there for the Brampton Royals over the Arundel Cardinals as they play in the third inning there. Good pitching matchup there between Andrew Mullen and Aiden Murphy. So we'll keep an eye on those 3 games for you throughout the time that we're on the air here.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Kendall Eagles, the shortstop, number 28, Alex Schooler.
So as long as we're on the air here with our feature game, we'll keep updating you as much as we can. We are into the top of the fourth inning with our feature game here. 3-0 Waterloo in this one over the Kendall Eagles. As shortstop Alex Schooler going to lead things off. 2-3-4 due up here for the Eagles. Quinn McLean waits on deck. And Cole Murchison, the first baseman, due up third. Schooler on the day, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He belts that ball down the right field line, but it will sail foul. Eagles looking for any sort of spark they can try and get here off the left-hander Anderson, as he's been pretty sharp through 3 innings. Schooler swings and misses at that one, and he is down on strikes. We'll give you our in-game recap so far, brought to you by Field of Dreams Baseball Camps.
Right fielder, number 23, Quinn McLean.
And running camps for 16 years in the Greater Toronto area. You can find them at fodbaseballcamps.com. Pretty one-sided so far. Only 1 hit in the game for the Kendall Eagles as Quinn McLean takes that pitch inside for ball 1. For the Waterloo team, 3 runs on 4 hits so far in this one. Jordan Carthy with a 2-run double, and Jack Symington with a solo home run back in the third inning. That's all the offense so far in this one. 1-0 pitch from Anderson. That slider going to find the outside corner for strike 1. McLean 1 for 1. He has that hit for the Eagles, a single back in the first. Here's the pitch. That slider in the dirt, ball 2. 2-1 the count now on Quinn McLean. Good tailing fastball there from Anderson. That one goes back over the inside corner for strike 2. So the count even, 2-2. Anderson has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball, that's fouled off the foot of McLean at the plate. So he's going to go for a quick walk here and shake that one off. Top of the fourth inning, 3-0 Waterloo in our feature game here this morning at Bert Lacasse Park. Dan Esty on the call here. We hope you are enjoying all of our action that we've brought you so far. Thank you so much for joining in on the stream. For those that have been following our social media accounts, lots of ways to stay connected with this year's tournament. If you haven't said hello to us yet, make sure you drop us a message in the chat. Appreciate everyone that has been watching throughout the weekend so far. Full count now to Quinn McLean. Here's the pitch. That fastball runs inside. Little check swing to third base. That's going to be a tough play. And the third baseman, Steve Whalen, unable to get McLean in time. And hey, you know what? Sometimes you just have to be lucky.
Cole Murchison.
So Quinn McLean, a little bit of a chuckle there with first baseman Jordan Carthy as he gets to first. Well, he's on base for the second time this game. Another single, 2 for 2 now. Now we'll bring up the first baseman, Cole Murchison. He takes that pitch inside for ball 1. Oops, a little bit of a high throw there from catcher Tyson Mifflin. So 1-0 count here to Murchison. Anderson going to check on the runner at first. He's back in lots of time. So Anderson with his sign comes set. Here's the pitch. That fastball just misses in. 2-0 the count. So good hitters count here now for a dangerous hitter in Cole Murchison. The Eagles trying to get some sort of offense going here against Anderson as he takes that pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Murchison not too happy with that one. So the count now 2-1. That fastball going to miss in again. 3-1 the count now. Second baseman Carter Arbuthnot waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Slider going to miss outside. And after retiring the first batter on strikes, the Eagles, with something brewing here now in the fourth inning, as a single and a walk have a pair of runners on for them.
44, Carter Arbuthnot.
So second baseman Carter Arbuthnot going to step in 0 for 1 today. Popped out to second base in his first at bat. Anderson with a check at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for strike one. You know, we're not at panic time yet, but certainly when you're able to get runners on here against a pitcher the caliber of Anderson, you certainly want to try and take advantage of that for sure. That ball chopped towards first base, but it will go foul. Only in the top of the fourth of this one, but starting to slowly run out of innings here as, again, all the games here at the national qualifier are 7 innings. 0-2 count here on Arbuthnot. Anderson with an inside move. He'll check on Quinn McLean at second. Oh, 2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed by Arbuthnot. That is a big strikeout for Jack Anderson as he sits down Arbuthnot on strikes.
Designated hitter number 25, Mitch Wilbur.
So 2 outs now as Mitch Wilbur, the DH, going to step up. 0 for 1, grounded out to shortstop. And these clutch situations that come up in games, he takes a pitch inside for ball 1. You notice that Waterloo took advantage of theirs when they had 2 outs with 2 strikes. Jordan Carthy laces a double to right field that scores a pair of runs. So certainly the Kendall Eagles looking to try and get themselves on the board here. 1-0 count to Mitch Wilbur. Here's the pitch. That one misses down for a ball. So the count now 2-0 here to Wilbur. He's worked himself into a hitter's count. Big hack there from Wilbur as that ball sails outside. A little bit of a shake of the head there as I think he knows that one was out of the zone. So the count now 2-1. Here's the pitch from Anderson. That one up in the zone for ball 3, and You see the adjustments that Kendall's trying to make now, seeing a few more pitches from Anderson, making him sweat it out here a little bit and work. Again, that's the difference the first time through the second time of the order. So certainly trying to take advantage of having a couple of base runners on here. 3-1 pitch to Wilbur. That fastball going to sail out of the zone. And the bases are now loaded here for the Kendall Eagles, as Coach Reggie Katsia going to make a trip to the mound to have a chat with his pitcher here. So the bases loaded, 2 outs here for the Kendall Eagles. We'll take a quick break and be right back here in a second. All right, we're back. Mound visit over. And it's going to be the catcher, Noah Devlin, who steps in. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Currently has the bases loaded here with 2 outs. First pitch from Anderson. Slider on the inside corner for strike 1. The first real stress that lefty Jack Anderson has faced today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another slider. That one hit up the middle. Shortstop Sean Elp going to make the 3. Close across the diamond. And they are able to retire Devlin at first. And a huge opportunity goes by the side here for the Eagles as they leave the bases loaded here in the 4th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. So a bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Eagles. They score no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and they leave the bases loaded, 3 runners on. We are through 3.5 innings of play, as we enter the 4th inning. The score remains the Waterloo Tigers 3 and the Kendall Eagles no score. We will go through a couple of updates while we have a second here. At the Cullen Diamond right now over at the Micmac Sports Complex, as my computer very slowly loads up here. The Brampton Royals have extended their lead in that game now as they play in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead the Arundel Cardinals by a score of 3-0. At the Soulier Diamond, they are playing right now in the 3rd inning. The Windsor Athletics continue to lead the Leaside Leafs in that game by a score of 3-1. And in the only other game happening at 10 o'clock right now, out at Reg Chevalier Field in Woodsley, they are into the 4th inning out there with the East York Bulldogs holding a slim 2-1 lead over the Burlington Brants. So we'll take a quick break here as Jason Wilbur is back out for the 4th inning. We'll be right back. Day 2 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier with action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th inning as the Waterloo Tigers come to the plate. 5-6-7 due up. Second baseman Julian Russell leads things off. Center fielder Sean Skorupski due up second with the 3rd baseman Steve Whalen due up 3rd. as Jason Wilbur delivers that pitch outside for ball one. Russell 1 for 1 today, a single and a run scored back in the second inning. That ball is pounded towards center field. Noah London going to take a few steps back. He'll camp under it and make the catch for the first out.
Center fielder number 27, Sean Skorupski.
So one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Center fielder Sean Skorupski going to step in. 0 for 1, popped out to third base in his first plate appearance as that pitch taken outside for ball one. In a very humid day here in Tecumseh today. Kind of overcast in the sky. That pitch misses down for ball two. I'm sure it's no secret, as a few people have already looked, but a little bit of impending weather possibly coming into the area tonight into tomorrow. That ball is laced into center field by Skorupski for a 1-out single.
Third baseman number 45, Steve Whalen.
I guess the only good news on that is what it was supposed to be on Sunday, where they were calling for close to 35 to 40 millimeters of rain, has now been downgraded to about 10. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're not going to run into too much of an issue. But Mother Nature will let us know that probably here in about 8-9 hours. Steve Whalen pops that ball up down the left field line, and it is going to drop foul just in front of left fielder Ryan Mattis. So the count, no balls and 1 strike here on Whalen. 0 for 1 flew out to center field in his last at bat. Pretty healthy lead at first there by Sean Skorupski as he is back in safely. Skorupski, one of the more speedy runners on this Waterloo club. Him and his brother Justin, both very fast. Alp, another one with a lot of wheels. A lot of threats when they get onto the base paths. There goes the runner. He takes off. That pitch misses inside. A little bit of a bobble there by the catcher, Devlin. That was probably going to be a pretty tough throw anyway to begin with, as Skorupski got a pretty good jump there at first. So runner in scoring position now for the Tigers with 1 out. Count is 1-1 on Steve Whalen. Wilbur with a couple of looks back to second. Here's the pitch. Slider that misses outside for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count. If you're joining in on our CABC live stream, good morning and welcome. Glad you're able to join us here in this Saturday morning, day 2 of the Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier. That ball in on the hands. That's going to be a tough play as that's going to get over the head of Alex Squillar and into left field. The runner getting the wave around third. Here's the throw to the plate. Wilbur going to cut it off. And again, we talk about those clutch situations with clutch hits. And Steve Whalen with one there as he cashes in the 4th run of the day for Waterloo.
Number 2, Jordan Carthy.
As he drops a single into short left center field. And the Waterloo Tigers now extend their lead to 4-0. That will bring up first baseman Jordan Carthy. That fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. Carthy got the offensive party started for the Tigers back in the second inning as he had a 2-run double down the right field line. Just out of the reach of right fielder Quinn McLean. And he's going for that spot again as he laces one down the line, and that is going to drop just foul. Good effort there by McLean as he almost came up with that. Ends up landing just foul on the warning track beside the fence. So quickly, Wilbur up in this at bat, 0-2. Wilbur with a couple of shakes has the sign he wants now from Noah Devlin. Here's the pitch. Good location inside, but just misses the plate for a ball. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Wilbur. Fastball hit on the ground to third. Good play there by D'Amico. On to second. And they do get the lead runner. That will be it as Carthy will reach on the fielder's choice. Good play there by D'Amico. You could tell he didn't come up with that one cleanly right away. As there was a little bit of a pump there throwing to second, but most important thing is they do get the lead runner there. So 2 outs now with a runner on first, and number 9 hitter Tyson Mifflin is going to swing through that changeup for strike one. Mifflin 0 for 1. Popped out to first baseman Cole Murchison back in the second. A 1 pitch. That one hit, and it's going to be over the head of the second baseman into the right center field gap. The center fielder, Noah London, makes his way over to retrieve that. And the runner is going to get the stop sign at third. So that is a 2-out double for Tyson Mifflin.
Shortstop number 39, Sean Elf.
The Tigers continue to apply pressure here. Already have 1 run this inning. Have runners at second and third with 2 outs now. And we're back to the top of the order for the dangerous Sean Alp. 0 for 2 in this one, though. Flew at the right field. Grounded out to third base. First pitch from Wilbur. Fastball chopped towards shortstop. That is going to be a tough play. Oh, what a play there by D'Amico. Wow. What a throw. Joe D'Amico comes in and takes that one on 2 hops with his bare hand. Throws a bullet to first. And retires Alp by about half a step. What a play. The Waterloo Tigers, though, they are able to add to their lead in this one as they do tack on another run here in the fourth.
Waterloo in the bottom of the fourth.
So for Waterloo, another productive inning as they continue to put up runs here in the last few innings. 1 run on 4 hits. There were no errors in the field by Kendall. And there were 2 runners left on base. We are through 4 innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park. The score, the Waterloo Tigers 4, the Kendall Eagles no score. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for action here in the top of the 5th inning on day number 2 of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier, with action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back in a minute. Well, we got a break here hitting into the top of the fifth. We'll do our in-game recap. Brought to you by Field of Dreams Baseball Camps. 16 years of running youth baseball camps in the GTA. You can find them at fodbaseballcamp.com. So far in this one, it's been all Waterloo Tigers. They've scored 4 runs on 7 hits. Jordan Carthy with a big 2-run double. Steve Whalen with an RBI single.
Leading off the top of the fifth for the Kendall Eagles, the third baseman, number 11, Joe D'Amico.
And of course, back in the third inning, the solo home run off the bat of veteran Jack Symington. For the Kendall Eagles, a little bit of struggles at the plate today. Only 2 hits to show so far off left-hander Jack Anderson. But we start into the 5th inning now as we go 8-9-1. Third baseman Joe D'Amico at the plate after making that wonderful defensive play there to end the bottom of the 4th inning and stymie a bit of a rally that was going there for the Tigers. He takes a slider outside for ball 2. D'Amico 0 for 1. He flew out to right field in his first at bat back in the 3rd inning. Left fielder Ryan Mattis waits on deck, due up second, then back to the top of the order for center fielder Noah London. As D'Amico takes a big cut at that pitch, comes up empty for strike 1. Once again, we forget to flip our scoreboard over, which we will do now. The 2-1 pitch from Anderson. That pitch cut on and missed by D'Amico for strike 2. Anderson with a look in here to Tyson Mifflin. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one misses inside for ball 3. Almost caught a piece of D'Amico there, but he's able to just get out of the way. Full count pitch. That one hit on the ground to second base. Julian Russell takes it on a couple of hops on to first. And D'Amico retired for the first out here in the top of the 5th.
Left fielder, number 5, Ryan Mattis.
So with 1 out, number 9 hitter, left fielder Ryan Mattis. Gonna step in for a second at bat, 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Takes that fastball from Jack Anderson for strike 1. Again, our next stream coming up at 1 o'clock here at Bert Lacasse Park will feature the Milton Red Sox, 2-0 so far, taking on the Tecumseh Thunder, who are also 2-0 as Mattis fouls that one off down the left field line. Should be a good tilt between a couple of undefeated teams. The other big game in that time slot, we'll see the Etobicoke Rangers taking on the Thornhill Reds. Both of those teams undefeated as well. I believe that game is at the Soulier Diamond, which it is. Mattis down on strikes for the second out here in the inning.
Center fielder, number 2, Noah London.
The other games coming up at that 1 o'clock time slot, it will be at the Big Diamond, the Newmarket Hawks taking on the Ilderton River Hawks at Woodsley Park. It will be the Sarnia Brigade and Oakville A's as that ball belted down the third base line, but fouled by leadoff batter Noah London. 0 for 2 today, flew it to left field, struck out. And then the 2 games we just talked about, the Etobicoke Rangers and Thornhill Reds, they will be at the Soulier Diamond at 1. And then our feature game here will be the Milton Red Sox taking on the Tecumseh Thunder. Once we see the results of these 10 o'clock games, we'll decide what we're going to stream at 4. And, of course, there will be a game at 8 o'clock tonight as well as that fastball tails out of the zone. A swing and a miss there for strike 2. So Noah London down in this count now, 0-2. Anderson set. Here's the pitch. I'm going to sail outside for ball 1. Pitch from Anderson, swung on and missed by London. Another clean inning for Jack Anderson as he strikes out a pair in this inning. Keeps the goose egg on the board for the Kendall Eagles so far in this one. So for Kendall in the top of the fifth inning, no runs on no hits. There were no Waterloo errors, no runners left on base. The score after 4.5 innings of play, it remains the Waterloo Tigers 4, the Kendall Eagles no score. We'll do a quick tournament recap of the games that are currently happening right now, brought to you by Benny's Sportswear here in Windsor. If you're looking for custom-made uniforms and apparel, make sure you reach out to Ben Curtis and his team. Benny's Sportswear here in Windsor. We'll cycle through our games here at the big stadium at Cullen Field. They are in the top of the fifth inning in that one right now. The Brampton Royals continue to lead that game by a score of 3-0 over the Arundel Cardinals. At the Soulier Diamond, the Leaside Leafs have clawed back into that game as they play in the fourth inning. It is 3-3 now between them and the Windsor Athletics. And out at Red Chevalier Field in Woodsley, the East York Bulldogs are putting the Burlington Brants tournament run in jeopardy as they currently lead that game 6-1 as they play in the fifth inning. So again, that tournament recap brought to you by Benny's Sportswear here in Windsor, Ontario.
Jack Simonton.
So we're back to action here, bottom of the fifth inning. 2-3-4 due up for the Waterloo Tigers as Jack Simonton will lead things off. DH Jaden Kemp due up second, with the left fielder Nolan Misa due up third as that pitch bounced in by Jason Wilbur for ball one. It's been a tale of two teams in this one. The Waterloo Tigers able to take advantage of some clutch situations, come up with some big hits where the Kendall Eagles been able to get a few runners on base in a couple of the innings, but unable to get that kind of big hit to get themselves on the scoreboard. That pitch bounced in as well for a ball. So the count now 3-0. So Symington digs back in here against Wilbur. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball in the outside corner for strike one. So still a hitter's count here for Symington as he finds himself up 3-1. That ball belted, but it will be foul down the third base line. So the count now 3-2. Certainly at the point in this game now where I don't think Kendall can afford to give up any more runs here and are going to try and have to get things going against Waterloo starter Jack Anderson, who's been sharp through 4 innings, only allowing a pair of hits. That ball hit on the ground to second base. Carter Arbuthnot up with it. He throws on to first. Symington retired for the first out.
Designated hitter number 24, Jaden Kemp.
So 1 out, designated hitter Jaden Kemp makes his way to the plate. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to shortstop in his last at bat. Kemp swings and misses at that pitch for strike one. One pitch from Wilbur. Another pitch swung on and missed for strike two. 1-2 pitch from Wilbur. That one chopped towards the Waterloo dugout foul. That pitch in there for strike 3. So Kemp down on strikes for the second out here in the inning.
Left fielder number 19, Nolan Misa.
Strikeout number 2 on the day for left-hander Jason Wilbur, as he will now face left fielder Nolan Misa, who fouls off the first pitch he sees. Misa on the day, 1 for 2, a single and a run scored back in the second, grounded out the shortstop in the third. Count 1-1. Here's the pitch from Wilbur. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. So the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one going to get fouled into the netting just above the Kendall dugout. So Misa able to keep himself alive. Second baseman Julian Russell waits on deck if the inning is extended here. There are 2 outs. Misa swings and misses. And a good inning there by Jason Wilbur as he's able to strike out a pair and keep the Waterloo Tigers off the board for the first time since the first inning.
For Waterloo.
So for the Waterloo Tigers in the home half of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no Kendall errors, nobody left on base. We move on to the top of the 6th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. The score remains the Waterloo Tigers 4, the Kendall Eagles no score. We're going to take a short pause. We'll be right back as lefty Jack Anderson cruises back out to the mound for the 6th inning. Day 2 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier, brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. So top of the 6th inning at Lacasse Park, getting down to crunch time here for the Kendall Eagles. They trail in this game 4-0 to the Waterloo Tigers. Schoolar squares the bunt. That is a nice looking bunt right there. Is he going to meet him to the bag? And he will. Wow, nice drag bunt there by shortstop Alex Schoolar. He drags that one right to first baseman Jordan Carthy and then uses his speed to beat out that one. So after a pair of strikeouts in his first 2 at-bats, Schoolar aboard here.
Number 23, Quinn McLean.
Schoolar aboard here with a leadoff bunt single here in the top of the 6th, and that will bring up The meat of the order here for the Kendall Eagles with right fielder Quinn McLean digging in now. First pitch to him. This is outside for ball one. McLean, the hot stick today for the Eagles. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Pitch from Anderson. Hit towards third base. Picked up there by Steve Whalen. They get the lead runner at second. And that will be all as McLean will reach on the fielder's choice. So 1 out here for the Kendall Eagles.
First baseman number 47, Cole Murchison.
Nice play there by Steve Whalen. Is able to get that ball to second baseman Julian Russell, and more importantly, Russell was able to hang on to the bag there as the throw was a little wide. That slider drops in for strike one to first baseman Cole Murchison. No balls, 1 strike to count here. Pitch from Anderson. That one down to the dirt. That's going to get away from catcher Tyson Mifflin. He'll make the throw to second, but will not be in time. So another runner in scoring position here for the Eagles. They bat here in the top of the 6th. Count is 1-1 here on Murchison. That ball hit up the middle. Sean Alp going to come in. He'll take it on the middle hop. Throws on to first. Runner does advance on the play.
Second baseman number 44, Carter Arbuthnot.
So 2 outs again here for the Eagles. Second baseman Carter Arbuthnot going to step in 0 for 2 today. Popped out to second. He struck out in his last at bat. Looking to try and get something going here as he checks his swing there. Umpire says no swing. So count 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch up and in for ball 2. 2-0 now the count here on Arbuthnot. Feels like Kendall just needs that 1 hit to kind of get them going here. And so far this game, they haven't been able to get it yet, but Arbuthnot with an opportunity here. 2-0 pitch. That one belted to left center field, and it will get down. And the Kendall Eagles finally break through here as Arbuthnot with a big fist pump there at first. He cashes in the first run of the game for the Eagles on the RBI single to left center field.
Designated hitter number 25, Mitch Wilbur.
Wilbur, takes that pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Oops. Couple of messages we just put into our chat there. The one is the reoccurring one that comes up during the game, but the other one is our live link to our results from yesterday. Got a few people that have been asking for it as Wilbur swings through that pitch for strike 2. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anderson set. Here's the pitch. That one down in the dirt. Good block there by catcher Tyson Mifflin. It evens the count now at 2-2. And 4-1 here as we play in the top of the 6th inning. Kendall Eagles finally able to break through with a run here on an RBI single from Carter Arbuthnot. Wilbur swings and misses at that changeup as it tails away. And that is all for the Kendall Eagles here in the top of the sixth inning. They are able to break through, though, and get a run across the So for the Kendall Eagles in the top of the sixth inning, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Waterloo errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. The score after 5.5 innings of play, it is the Waterloo Tigers 4 and the Kendall Eagles 1. Jason Wilbur makes his way back out to the mound for his 6th inning of work today. We will quickly run through some results for you with our games that are happening right now. Across the region, there are 3 other games that are happening during this 10 o'clock time slot. We are just loading them all up for everyone here on iComputer. At Cullen, they're into the 6th inning there now, the top of the 6th with the Brampton Royals hitting. They continue to lead that game over the Erindale Cardinals 3-0. At the Soulier Diamond, just across the road, the Windsor Athletics and the Leaside Leafs still deadlocked at 3-3 in that game as they play in the 5th inning. And out at Red Chevalier Field in Woodsley, they are in the 6th inning as well. The East York Bulldogs continue to lead that game over the Burlington Brants by a score of 6-1. So we'll keep you apprised of those games as we are on the air. We are into the bottom of the 6th of our feature game here right now. We will make sure before we get off the air, we will update you on the scores that we have. And then, of course, as we've been doing all weekend so far, we will give live updates.
Waterloo Tigers. Second baseman number 15, Julian Russell.
We will give live updates on our CABC website as well at cabcbaseball.com. We're all set for the bottom of the 6th inning. Second baseman Julian Russell will lead things off for the Tigers. Center fielder Sean Skorupski due up second, with the third baseman Steve Whalen due up third as Russell takes that pitch down from Jason Wilbur for ball 1. Good tailing fastball on the outside corner there for strike 1. Wilbur's been pretty good today. They are on the losing side of the score right now, but has been pretty good through his 4 innings, into his 6th inning of work as that ball flowing to right field. Quinn McLean going to take a couple of steps to his right. He'll make the catch. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 for 3 on the day now.
Number 27, Sean Skorupski.
1 for 3 on the day now for Julian Russell. A single and a run and a pair of flyouts. Center fielder Sean Skorupski now to the plate. 1 for 2. Single and a run scored. He has a stolen base. He squares the bunt. That will be strike 1. He also popped out to third base back in the 2nd inning. A 1 pitch from Wilbur. Tails down and away for ball 1. Foul ball back into the netting for strike 2. One-two pitch. That one fouled off the shin pad of Noah Devlin. He's going to get up and go for a walk here for a second. So it looks like Devlin's okay. He's ready to go back behind the plate. Skorupski steps back in here. 1-2 the count, with one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 4-1 Waterloo in this one. Game number 12 of the Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifiers. That pitch misses, down and away for ball 2. And we will have 4 games for you today. 2 of them we've already posted. We will be here again at Lacasse Park at 1 p.m. That ball belted between short and third and into left field for a single. Our 1 p.m. game here for the feature game will feature the Milton Red Sox taking on the Tecumseh Thunder.
Third baseman number 45, Steve Whalen.
Both of those teams currently sit at 2-0 in the tournament. The Tecumseh Thunder picking up wins over the Waterloo Tigers yesterday, 6-1, as well as defeating the Oakville A's 15-4. The Milton Red Sox won their opener over the Burlington Brants by a score of 11-6, and they defeated the Sarnia Brigade last night by a score of 9-4. Skorupski didn't waste much time there as he gets on the move on the first pitch. And he's able to steal second. Good throw there from Devlin, though, right on the money, just a tad late. So a runner in scoring position here for Steve Whalen. 1 for 2 today with a single and an RBI. That pitch misses, down and away. That's going to skip past Devlin into the backstop. So Skorupski gets another 90 feet, and he's at third base now. So the count 1-1 here on Whalen. The infield forced to come in here again for the Kendall Eagles. Here's the pitch from Wilbur. Misses outside. A little bit of a check swing there. They are going to check. Umpire says yes on the swing. So on the check, they say yes on the swing. So the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wilbur set at the belt. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hit hard down the first baseline, but that is foul. Good attempt there by first base coach Chris Vokes, but probably better he get out of the way of that one. Another 1-2 pitch from Wilbur. Slider that swung on and missed. That is a big strikeout for Wilbur as he sits down Steve Whalen on strikes.
First baseman number 2, Jordan Carthy.
4 strikeouts on the day for the lefty Wilbur, as he will now face first baseman Jordan Carthy. Couple of hits today, a double and a single, a pair of RBIs for Carthy. He's led this offense today for the Tigers. Takes a slider on the outside corner for strike 1. Sean Skorupski, the runner at third. 4-1 Waterloo as we play here in the bottom of the 6th inning of this first feature game of the day on the CABC network. A 1 pitch. Change up down in the dirt for a ball. Count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike is Wilbur, as he's done all day, trying to skate out of a little bit of a jam here. Get his team back on the sticks here in the top of the 7th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Nice cutter in on the hands there. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the first baseman Carthy. Couple of shakes from Wilbur. He has the sign he wants from Noah Devlin. Jack Skorupski at third. Here's the pitch. Fastball up in the zone for a ball. Count now 2-2. Big point in this game right now. Kendall trying to keep this lead at 3. Waterloo trying to tack on some insurance. The pitch, slider, hit towards third base. Good play there by D'Amico. Throws across the diamond. And in time to retire Carthy. And Wilbur walks off the mound as he's able to keep the Waterloo Tigers off the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So for Waterloo in the home half of the 6th inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Kendall errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. We head to the top of the last inning as left-hander Jack Anderson will jog back out to the field as he looks to try and finish what he started here against a Kendall Eagles team that's looking to try and keep their national qualifier alive here in 2026. We'll take a quick break, and we will be right back for the top of the 7th inning here in a couple of minutes. Day 2 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier, brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Top of the 7th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. The Kendall Eagles find themselves stuck 3 runs right now, trying to keep their tournament alive as first batter of the inning. Catcher Noah Devlin grounds out to shortstop Sean Alp on 1 pitch, so he is retired for the first out of the
Third
inning.
baseman number 11, Joe D'Amico.
So 1 pitch, 1 out here for left-hander Jack Anderson, as he will now face third baseman Joe D'Amico. 0 for 2, flew out to right field, grounded out to second base. That slider in there for strike 1 from Anderson, who has looked pretty sharp on the mound today, allowing 1 run, scattering 4 hits over 6 1/3 innings work so far. Another slider in the same spot. In there for strike 2. 0-2 pitch coming here from Jack Anderson, and 3 sliders and 3 strikes as D'Amico down on 3 pitches for the second out.
12, 8 feet for 5, 12, 12, 8 feet.
Batting for Mattis, number 12, Caden Williamson.
So we do have a pinch hitter here for the Kendall Eagles, as Caden Williamson will take some swings for left fielder Ryan Mattis. The Eagles down to their final out in this one. He takes a pitch down for ball 2. Again, before we go off the air with this game, we will get through some updates for those that are asking. Received a few messages from folks on how the other 3 games are going during this 10 p.m. time slot. We will update the website once we get all those results and then start looking at what we're going to be streaming at 4 p.m. as Williamson takes a good hack at that one, fouls it into the netting. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike. So the check on the check swing, they say no swing. So 3-1 the count now here on Williamson as Noah London waits on deck. Back to the top of the order. That pitch misses down. So Williamson will make his way to first with the walk. Keeps the Eagles alive here, and they get back to the top of the order now. So a little bit of life here for this Eagles team.
Noah London.
London 0 for 3 today, a pair of strikeouts. He flew out the left field back in the first as he looks to try and keep the Eagles cruising here in this one. First pitch from Anderson. Fastball up and out of the zone for ball 1. There is a little bit of action down in the Waterloo bullpen, but I think that's just precautionary here in case the wheels fall off real quick. 1-0 pitch. Down in the dirt for ball 2. Good block there from Tyson Mifflin. Count now 2-0. And our next feature game here will be at 1 o'clock. We'll feature the Tecumseh Thunder taking on the Milton Red Sox, both teams at 2-0. That's kind of been the go-to today for Jack Anderson. He kind of loses his feel on that fastball. He goes right to that slider and has been pretty sharp with that pitch today. Finds the outside corner for strike 1. That one just misses up, though, for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Certainly, if London able to reach base here, that's going to bring the tying run to the plate, and any sort of magic can happen after that. 3-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. So full count, 2 outs here on the batter, Noah London. First baseman Carthy going to play behind the runner at first now, so Williamson will be on the move on the pitch. Here it is from Anderson. Swung on and missed. And that is the ball game. As Anderson throws a complete game gem, as he's able to keep the Waterloo Tigers alive in this year's event, as they win this game by a score of 4-1. We'll get to our post game here in a couple of seconds. So we'll do our post game here real quick. Final line scores for both teams. For the Waterloo Tigers, 4 runs on 8 hits. There were no errors. And for the Kendall Eagles, 1 run on 4 hits. And they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher in this game with a complete game 4 hitter is left-hander Jack Anderson. The losing pitcher also in a complete game effort and threw very well in this game for the Kendall Eagles is left-hander Jason Wilbur. Home run in this game for Jack Symington. He hits a solo shot in the 2nd inning. Helped to propel the offense here today for the Waterloo Tigers. Before we go off the air, as promised, we are going to go through some updates of the other games that are happening as we keep an eye on things right now. They are in the bottom of the 7th inning at Cullen Field. So last chances here for the Arundel Cardinals as they trail the Brampton Royals 3-0 in that game. Just across the way, over at the Soulier Diamond, they are in the 6th inning right now, the top half of that 6th inning. And the Windsor Athletics have taken a 4-3 lead over the Leaside Leafs, last year's champions in that game. So they are on the ropes right now. And in the final game that's going on right now out at Red Chevalier Field in Woodsley, it is a final score out there now as the East York Bulldogs move to 1-1 as they defeat the Burlington Brants and send them home from this year's tournament as they go 0-2. So we get a bit of a break here at the park. They're going to fix up the diamond, get ready for our next game, which will feature the Tecumseh Thunder, who currently sit at 2-0, taking on the Milton Red Sox, who also sit at 2-0. We will be back for first pitch of that one at 1 o'clock. For those that joined in this game, thank you so much for joining into the stream. We appreciate your support throughout the weekend, and we look forward to seeing you back at 1 p.m. for first pitch. Take care and have a great morning.